Okay, so I'm just gonna go right ahead and get started. Welcome to the replay. Welcome to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to post this on my YouTube channel. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Amelia Lady B. I am the Awesome Sauce, founder of Millennial in Menopause. For those of you who are first-time viewers, who are first-time seeing me on YouTube, first-time seeing me on Instagram, welcome to my channel. Go ahead and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and go ahead and start following me on Instagram. Welcome. All right, so tonight I am going to be talking about hormone replacement therapy. Okay. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Millennial in Menopause. So Millennial in Menopause, I started Millennial in Menopause March of this year, 2018, March 1st. It was during the month of Endometriosis Awareness Month. I had endometriosis for quite some time, for over 20-something years. Yes, for over 20-something years. And due to stage 4 endometriosis, I had to have a radical hysterectomy in 2014. I was 33 years old. Now I am 37, and I am still in menopause, which I will be probably for quite some time. I started it because I wanted to bring more awareness to endometriosis, but also to surgically induced menopause. The difference, there's no difference in menopause. Menopause is menopause. However, there is quite a difference between going into the change, as people call it the change, and then there's surgical menopause. The change happens gradually. So it happens, some women, it happens in the late 30s to going into the 40s, and it's called perimenopause. Perimenopause is you're experiencing gradual symptoms of going into menopause. So you may have irregular periods, you may have, so that means like shorter periods than normal, longer periods than normal. You may experience some symptoms of menopause, like the hot flashes. They may not come, they may come and go gradually. And then again too, when you go to your doctor and you can talk about those symptoms, they will let you know if you're going into perimenopause or not, because they'll be able to test your hormones or do blood work or some jazz like that, but they'll be able to tell you if you're going into perimenopause or not, or if there's any other things going on with you hormonally or reproductively. So that's perimenopause, and then you will go into gradually you will end up going into menopause after, I believe it's 12 months after your last period. So like you won't have a period, so once after that 12 months, you're in menopause. So yeah. Surgically induced menopause is quite different, because once a woman has a radical hysterectomy means everything has been removed, no uterus, parts of the vagina, and also ovaries have been removed. Now, some people actually do get symptoms of maybe like hot flashes, some symptoms of menopause when they have partial hysterectomies, but it just all depends on the woman and her hormone levels. So yeah. So once a woman has a radical hysterectomy, the body immediately goes into menopause. Immediately, meaning right after surgery, menopause. Okay, so she's experiencing all of those symptoms. Now, I will say that when I first, after my surgery, I was 33 years old. So it's been about, it's almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years in December. So after my surgery, I really didn't realize that I was actually having hot flashes, but I was, because my room was very cold, and every nurse that came into my room was like, "It's so cold in here," and I'm like, "I'm good," and it's like 50 something degrees in my room. So they were kind of they weren't as bad. I had quite a few night sweats and everything like that. And that's pretty much it that I could remember that affected me. And then as time went on, the hot flashes got a little bit, you know, more frequent. And then I started noticing I can't fall asleep, which is insomnia. That is another symptom of menopause. And then my weight gain. So there's kind of, because every woman is different, everyone is different. The weight gain part, I believe that some will experience it more than others, depending on their history of weight, their family history, their biological makeup, pretty much. So for me, I did experience quite a bit of weight gain, and that too is due to my surgery, not just the hysterectomy, but I had an additional surgery as well. And so I was not able to start exercising for almost a year because of the recovery process for me. So it took quite some time. Yeah, so weight gain. Other symptoms of menopause are vaginal dryness. So you will have pain during sex. You can't have pain during sex. Other symptoms of menopause, osteoporosis. So bone loss. Bone loss, you can have bone loss. And also my brain fog that I'm experiencing. Could be nervousness as well, but at the same time, brain fog. And my all-time favorite, not favorite, mood swings. Okay? So mood swings. Mood swings are bad. They're really bad. So, again, every woman is different. Things happen, you know, every woman is different. Along with depression can really be overwhelming and prevalent, because especially if it's a woman who is in her childbearing years and she has to have a hysterectomy, because you do have to understand that here is a woman who may not have children, or who may have children as well, and she wants to have more. And so then her ability to give birth, to have children, she's unable to do so. So it does a lot to that woman. Also, the removal of your reproductive system really does kind of make you feel a little minimized, just a little, minimized as a woman. And it's almost, I can say it's quite similar to a woman, like when she has breast cancer and she has to have a mammectomy, and so she gets her breast removed, whether it be one or both. It's a part of you. It's the part of you that makes you that woman. So it takes time. It's not saying that we don't believe we're women anymore, but it takes time to get used to and to really accept. So it's a grieving process. But okay, so I'm gonna get right into the hormone thing. So hormone replacement therapy is something that women in menopause, regardless whether it's the change naturally or if it's surgically induced menopause, it is a hormone that is able to balance out what is missing. So what happens during menopause is that the estrogen levels in a woman's body is reduced. And so, yes, you do have to adjust. You have to adjust. So the estrogen levels are lower in the woman's body, and so the hormone replacement therapy replaces the hormone. Okay, so that's traditional hormone replacement. When combined, I did a lot of research. So all of this is from, I'm not a doctor. That is what I forgot to do, my disclaimer. I am not a physician, people. Not a physician. I have a master's degree in mental health counseling. I'm not a licensed therapist. However, you know, I'm an awesome counselor at work. I work in social services with young adults, but I am not a licensed therapist. I am not a physician, but I am doing my research and I'm an advocate. So whatever information I provide, I definitely want you all to go online and do your own research, talk to a physician, seek therapeutic help if you need to, and also to talk to your physician about anything that I'm discussing tonight. This is stuff that you can find on the internet, but I decided to look it up for you so you don't have to rattle your little brains about it. But most definitely talk to your physician about any of the things that I'm going to be talking about tonight. All right, so back to hormone replacement therapy, or HRT. So HRT, when combined with doses of progesterone, a synthetic form of progesterone, this is typically meant for women who still have their uterus. So that is a woman going through like the change. So she can do estrogen along with progesterone to actually, so that's a combined hormone that will eliminate or minimize the symptoms of menopause. Okay, taking the estrogen and progesterone together lowers the risk of cancer in the endometrium. That is the lining of the uterus. Okay, but it's recommended that you take low doses of these hormones, and the reason being is because they do have side effects. So you want to take the lowest dosage for the least amount of time. Yes, endometrium is a big word. It's a SAT word. So you want to talk about this. I want to go into the side effects of HRT, and they are bloating, breast swelling or tenderness, headaches, mood changes, nausea, and vaginal bleeding. Okay. So what happens if you don't take HRT? If you don't do hormone replacement therapy, symptoms become severe. So I can honestly say, I think like right now my symptoms can be, I'd say moderate. I won't say severe. I'm going to say moderate. They're more than what they were before. I am not on hormone replacement therapy, and so I'll talk about that a little bit later. But your symptoms will be much more severe. Of course, with the vaginal dryness, that means pain during sex. Loss of weight or weight gain. You not loss of weight, but you're gonna lose the ability to control your weight. You can lose the ability to control your weight because of your hormone levels. They're imbalanced, they're out of whack, and so the body just really doesn't know what to do. So you can exercise all you want to, and you may lose something here and there, but your inches, you may still have lingering fat, and it's just hard to really take off. Quicker development of osteoporosis. So this is very scary. Osteoporosis is bone loss. Jesus, what am I saying? Bone loss, not brain loss, bone loss. And it can also reduce the enamel in your teeth. So your teeth become loosened. You can lose teeth. So osteoporosis. The benefits, of course, of HRT are that it reduces all of those symptoms. So it reduces those effects. But at the same time, you have to be mindful and you have to be very careful of what you're putting into your body, because you have to understand these are synthetic drugs. They're synthetic drugs. So they're kind of made up. They're made up. They're created. They're man-made. They're created. And so there are, even though they can help with symptoms, they can also cause issues, cause problems. Some of those are, so there's like a, if you already have or had the following health conditions, you should not take HRT, hormone replacement therapy. Breast cancer, uterine cancer, if you've had a heart attack or stroke, if you had heart disease, if you have blood clots, or liver disease. It is recommended that women speak to their doctors about your risk or any diseases. What I recommend for you to do your research on the various forms of hormone replacement therapy. If you don't know your family history about various health issues, you need to ask questions, okay? So HRT can come in the form of a pill, the patch, a cream, vaginal tablets, vaginal rings, and vaginal creams. So with the risk factors are pretty great. And that is one of the reasons why, that's the main reason why I am not on hormone replacement therapy. During my hysterectomy, during that surgery, I developed a DVT in my leg, which is a deep vein thrombosis in the leg. It's a blood clot in my leg. And I was on warfarin, which is an anticoagulant, for 3 years? For 3 years, yes, for 3 years. I actually just got off of that anticoagulant June of this year, and I'm just so happy. I'm happy. So the reason why I don't want to do HRT is because it could develop it can come back. It could come back. And so you want to be very mindful of whatever it is that you're putting into your body. Because again, it's going back to all the things that it could do. Breast cancer, strokes, heart attacks, blood clots. These are things that are just uncertain. And I know in life, that stuff is uncertain anyway. But the way I think about it is that especially for those of us who have been through who are going through surgically induced menopause, because we had to have a hysterectomy, there was a reason why we had to have a hysterectomy. So a lot of times we've had issues with our reproductive health since we were children. And so we've been through the hospitals, we've been pricked, we've been going through so many things. We've been taking all types of medication, and it's like, okay, I don't want to be in nobody else's hospital after this. Like, this is it. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. And so that's definitely my mindset. I don't want to go through anything else. I don't want to have to go back on warfarin. So right now, my doctor has me on a bare aspirin. And so I take a bare aspirin, a low-dose bare aspirin, every single day. I wear compression socks to help with the circulation in my legs. I exercise for circulation. I get up and walk around when I sit for long periods of time. All of this stuff. So I know people say, well, you know, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And although that may be true, but you still want to be cautious of how you are treating your body. You only get one body. And we have to use our, I don't know, want to say common sense, because I don't want to call anybody ignorant, but you know, we really want to think about our longevity, and we want to think about, you know, our quality of life. And so that's the reason why my doctor said that I would have to have, like, there was like no ifs and buts about my hysterectomy, is because of my quality of life. And so he explained to me the different things that could happen in the next few years had I not had that surgery. And so it was a decision that, no, I didn't want to make it, but my quality of life. It's your personal responsibility. Yes, Malene. It is your personal responsibility to yourself. And so that's why I say you got to do your own research. You got to talk to your doctors. I spoke to my former primary care, because I'm going to get another one. I didn't like her. So I'm going to get, so I spoke to my former primary care, and she was like, oh, well, it's just up to you. And I'm just like, you kidding me? I spoke to a nurse that I have in my family, and she was saying, well, you know, it's up to you. And she gave the pros and the cons, but she's like, it's all up to you though. Excuse me, because prior to, and even prior to me deciding, like officially deciding not to do HRT, my doctor wanted me to be on HRT. He was like, you need to, he's like, you're too young to be going through all of these symptoms so quickly. And he's asking me, you know, he went down the list and asking me about different things. Definitely I'm experiencing vaginal dryness, because that's a whole, oh my God, going to him is just horrible. You know, the guy knows horrible. And then the hot flashes, I must say, they're pretty bad. I do have pretty bad hot flashes. Night sweats. Insomnia has gotten a little bit out of control. And stuff. And so he wanted me to go on to the HRT, but at the time, because I was still on the anticoagulant, he decided not to. So that's what was stopping him. So I'll be going back to him soon, and I know he's going to be like, oh, you're off? Okay, so we can start treatment. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Okay, so before I continue with my story, I'm going to go into this next one. So HRT is not the only option for us, for women in menopause. I had no clue. I had no clue. None whatsoever. I actually never heard of this until I went to the vitamin store. But there was this older lady who was helping me. And then I asked her, I said, hey, are there any like natural vitamins that I could take for menopause? And of course I got the look, oh my gosh, you're so young. Yeah, I know. So she was telling me, she was like, you're not taking anything? And I was like, no, I'm not taking anything. And she's like, what are you experiencing? And I said, everything. And she said, okay. So she linked me up with a vitamin, but then she also told me that she is on bioidentical hormones. So of course when she told me that, I'm like, what's that? And she was like, it's identical to your body, to you, to your hormones. So of course I had to do my research, and this is what I found. Bioidentical hormones are identical, okay, to your molecular structure of the hormones produced in your body, okay? So it's exactly the same, and for this reason, so they're exactly the same, and for this reason, they can't even be patented. They can't even be patented because they're identical to your body. So get this, so you have hormone replacement therapy, you have these synthetic drugs that can be patented, right, by the whole, I don't know who patents them. Yeah, that escapes my mind right now. But anyhow, they can't be patented. So they're more natural. They're more natural to your body. So they can't be patented by pharmaceutical companies. That's awesome. So I'm gonna switch over to this website because it has so much information that I was like, I'm not typing this. Okay. So I'm gonna read this entire thing. Okay, the fact that our bodies recognize bioidentical hormones as their own is significant to you since you want to stay healthy as well for as long as you possibly can. Just as a key fits perfectly into the keyhole, bioidentical hormones do the same in your cells. Only bioidentical hormones can help achieve the above goals, which are the things that I said about osteoporosis, all that, the hot flashes, all of that, so it reduces it. Resolving your symptoms due to their similarity to your own hormone structure. So research shows that hormone decline is associated with a loss of function and an increase in diseases. Studies demonstrate that bioidentical hormone replacement therapy can improve sleep, I need that, fatigue, I need that, mood, God knows I need that, cognitive function, y'all saw I need that. I don't know how many brain fogs I had tonight, but you know, bone mass, I'm not really sure, I think I'm okay, but I'm not really sure, you know, I can go get that tested, whatever. Sexual function, I ain't active, so I ain't even gotta worry about that. Muscle strength, yes. I'm a little weak, yes. Body composition, I need that. I need that. Decreases inflammation, most definitely, because inflammation is what causes all of this stuff. Inflammation causes fatigue in the body. Inflammation is not good for those of us with endometriosis either. It is absolutely not good, because it festers in an inflamed body, and we can't have that, because I'm not having endometriosis again. Like, that's just done. I'm done with all that. I'm done. Okay, so the benefits of our awesome bioidentical hormones for menopause are, so it reduces all of that stuff, but there was something on here, prevents osteoporosis, restoring bone strength, maintaining greater muscle mass and strength, protecting against heart attacks and strokes, because again, when you are in menopause, your body is like susceptible to things and stress in the body, because your hormones play a big role in all of our bodies, because they are like, what are they like? It's almost like they have the ability to control what's going on in our bodies, if that makes sense. Like, they're almost like the foundation of how we function, you know? And so, protect against heart attacks. I mean, heart attacks and strokes and blood clots and osteoporosis, it just has an effect. Our hormones go hand in hand with our health. When our hormones are out of whack, we are out of whack. So that's how you get the fibroids. That's how cysts, polycystic ovarian syndrome, endometriosis, blood cells, cancers, what else? It's so many different things happen, and hormones are linked to that stuff. Thyroids, all that jazz. It improves cholesterol. It can improve cholesterol level, reducing risk of uterine and breast cancer, reduces the risk of depression, improving sleep, mood, concentration, preventing Alzheimer's disease, enhancing the libido. So it pretty much helps to bring back your quality of life that you lost due to menopause. And so I might be looking into bioidentical hormones. I just might be doing so. And so I'm going to be looking into that. I actually looked up, not really sure if anybody else has, but I most definitely started looking up insurance. So I did that because I know a lot of things are not covered by insurances. A lot of drugs are not, because that happened to me right in the middle of one of my treatments when I was on endo. I think I got 2 shots of this drug that my doctor needed me to be on. Like, I needed to be on this drug. And they were like, they're not paying for it. They were just like, no, we're not paying for it. It's like, what? And it's like, it's a treatment. He sent off so many things. I came in and he told me all this, and I kind of got scared because I was like, I can't afford $1,500 per shot. And I needed 5 more shots. I think it was like 5 more shots. 5 more shots in addition to the 2 that I already had. I was like, I can't pay $1,500. Can't pay $1,500. So he ended up getting samples, and I know not everybody's doctors are like that. I mean, there's doctors out there who will do it, and there's doctors out there who are not so nice and take advantage, and they want you to pay that type of money. So in doing all of this research, when you're out there looking at treatment options for yourself, most definitely make sure to look into your insurance to see if they cover whether it's HRT or whether it's BHRT, whichever route you decide to go. It's all up to you. Again, you know your family, you know your history, know your body, your physical history, your family history as well, because it may not be you. Like, I don't have heart disease, but heart disease runs in my family. So why I don't think I would want to risk myself to be on HRT. Strokes run in my family. I've had a blood clot. Even though it was medically induced, it wasn't something that runs in my family. I don't want it happening again. I'm trying to do everything that I can to prevent from it happening again. So why would I put myself in a position by taking a drug that will potentially cause it to happen again? Something else that I forgot to mention about all of these drugs, whether it be HRT or BHRT, they say to take it for a minimal amount of time. Okay, so what is minimal? That's something that you have to really be concerned about as well, because, you know, your doctor can say, they do say, I did see in the research that you are supposed to get reevaluated every 6 months. So let's say you're on HRT, you take HRT for 6 months, and then you get reevaluated to see if you still need to continue it, or if you're going to stop for a period of time and then I guess get back on it. In those 6 months, so much can happen in those 6 months. Again, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I am really, I'm just that big of an advocate for my health, for your health, and also for you to educate yourself and to be your own advocate, because I don't dog doctors at all. I love my doctor. This man, he outside of God, he saved my life. He did the, you know, God gave him the tools, he gave him the education, and he gave him the I don't even know, the bedside manner to listen to me, because he was the only doctor that did that. And so I am so grateful for him in my life. But at the same time, I have to be an advocate for myself, and I have to tell my doctor, no, I don't want to be on hormone replacement, but I do want to consider bioidentical. Do you know anything about that? Do you provide that? Can you get me some of that? you know. So I have to be my own advocate. We all have to be our own advocates. And I know for those of us who have been in and out of doctors' offices and out of hospitals, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So for those of you who've never, and thank God you haven't, that you haven't been in and out of the hospitals and, you know, with any issues, and so you're just going through menopause, you know, you're just gradually going through the change and all that stuff. Be your own advocate. You're gonna have to be your own advocate in the doctor's office. I know you may be going to a doctor that you may have known for years and you really respect their opinions, but trust me when I say, do your own research, be your own advocate, because it's not to say that they're just so money hungry, but some doctors only know but so much. And that's the truth. That is something that I didn't understand until what I went through, because not all doctors knew about endometriosis. How are you a doctor and you don't know? But it's true. Not all doctors know. So I'm not saying that it's them being incompetent, but I just think that there are just some things that may not be covered so much so in medical school. Maybe something they don't come across, or something they just can't recognize and they just don't know, and so they just pass it off as something else, and you know, I just don't know. But you know, it happens. It really does happen. And then you have doctors who really are just, you know, we just gonna put her with some HRT and that's it. Boom, she good. And then the next thing you know, you end up with cancer, or you end up with a blood clot, you end up having a stroke, a heart attack, or something like that. And you weren't even predisposed to that. Like, you don't even have that. So it's really important to be your own advocate. It just really is. It really is. I am definitely my own advocate. I definitely do my research. I definitely have a pen and paper with me at the doctor's office. I have me a little notebook that I carry with me. Well, I used to, well, I don't so much now. I don't necessarily have to now, but back then with endo, I had a notebook that I carried with me to the doctor all the time. I had down my, when I got sick, I wrote down what I got sick. I would write down what I would be eating, what I ate when I got sick. I would write down how long my periods were, if it came on more than once in a month, if it, I mean, I wrote everything down. And so, yeah. So we have to be advocates for ourselves, ladies. That's just how the cookie crumbles. That's how it crumbles. And it's okay to crumble like that. I mean, I don't mind. You have to do it for yourself because nobody else is gonna do it. So do it for yourself. Take care of yourself, you know. You got one life to live. Do what you do. Make it do what it do. So yeah. Again, research, research, research. Advocate, advocate, advocate. Research, research, research. Advocate, advocate, advocate. Yeah, that's my dance. All right, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you were able to take a lot of good notes. This is gonna be up for the next 24 hours. Not really sure if I'm gonna put this on my YouTube or not. Maybe. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Thank you, Malene. I'm glad you got a lot of good information from it. I will be going live. I probably will start going live once a week about various topics. It just all depends. I know I just got to get used to this Instagram thing. I'm not so much a liver, but I guess I got to get used to it. I'm more of a YouTuber. Put it up there. Let people watch it when they watch it. If they watch it, is what it is. But I'll probably be coming on here a little bit more often just so you guys can get used to me. I'm definitely going to be more active on IGTV. I know I only have one video on IGTV. I'm sorry. So I'm going to be more active on IGTV, talking more about this journey with menopause, of course. So about my weight loss journey I'm losing some weight, y'all. I lost 14 pounds. So I'm losing some weight. Soon, I don't know how soon, so don't quote me on this, but soon I want to start doing like videos, cooking videos, because I've been making some really good meals, and I know I've been posting them on my Instagram, and y'all been like, ooh, that look good. Ooh, I want some of that. And I'm just like, thank you. So I'm going to be posting, I'm probably going to start doing some type of cooking something, even if it's just on my IGTV, and I'll do some cooking something. I don't know, something like that. Giving y'all some tips and tricks to cooking some healthy meals. I am also on this long road, what seems to be a long road, to getting my certification as a wellness coach. Yay! So soon I'll be certified as a wellness coach. And so I'll really be providing you with a whole lot of information. It's a lot of work, which is why I have not been very active on my Instagram in general, is because I've been doing a lot of studying. And yeah, it's taking up a lot of time. So I'm just gonna be doing, it's a whole lot coming down the stream. I think 2019 is going to be a great year. I'm finishing up my 2018. I hope you guys are doing whatever it takes for you to finish up your 2018 as well. I know I went from hormone replacement therapy to your new year, okay? But this all goes hand in hand. Trust me, it does. Because we're taking care of ourselves. We're going into a new year. Things may not be looking good right now. I mean, God knows that I've been in a mood for I don't know how long, almost 2 weeks, I think. I've been like in a mood. And I know it's between life in general. It's dealing with this menopause, and just the stressors of life as well. And so I know that, you know, it's hard falling asleep. I know falling asleep can be difficult. Ladies, I know. All I can say is, listen, get you some lavender essential oil. I ran out, and I'm so mad because I ordered 2 more and they were supposed to be here, but it didn't come. But anyhow, get you some lavender essential oil, a diffuser, put that on at night, put on some calming music in the background, really low, so that you can hear it but not quite, and just chill. If you can, because I can't. So see, this is where the problem lies. I have a fan. I have actually 2 fans. If you could drop your AC to about like 50, okay, that might be too cold for some, but like 69, maybe about 69, 68. Have you ice cold, put some water in the freezer, ice cold bottle of water by your bed. You're gonna be set. You're gonna be good. Promise that. You're gonna be good. You're gonna be real good. But anyhow, finish up 2018. Awesome. Finish it out really great. And get ready for 2019. We're gonna do this thing, you know. Some of you are gonna start your treatments, whatever treatment that may be, whichever one you choose. Bioidentical. Bioidentical. I'm just saying. It might be better. You know. If you choose to go it alone, if you choose not to take anything, that's not a problem either. Look into some natural ways. Look into some natural vitamins, some type of natural vitamins. I've actually looked up a natural vitamin. I'm not going to talk about that tonight because I should have talked about that before, but I'm not going to talk about it right now. It's already been time spent. But I'll definitely post something about it because I think I may try it. Not really sure. I'm not trying to be a guinea pig, but at the same time, I don't want to tell you how to get something and then, you know. So I might try it out, see what it's like, and then we'll go from there. But most definitely, everybody, it has been a pleasure providing you with information. I am so happy. It's always a pleasure posting on my Instagram and providing information. I love the feedback. I really do. I really don't mind DMs. A lot of people DM me. I get a lot of questions. I want to say every day, just about every single day. And I don't mind it at all because I love the conversation. I love sharing my story. I love providing tips, and I love for people to provide tips for me as well, because I have a pretty cool friend that DMs me. I call her my friend. She's my menopause friend that DMs me quite often, and we're always talking about different ways. We're always talking about our moods and hot flashes and all that jazz. And so I don't even know her, like personally. I don't even know her, and so it's a joy. I love my Instagram family. So I hope you guys continue to follow. Stay tuned. A lot of videos, a lot of content is coming down the pipes, and I am so excited, and I hope you're excited too. Continue to stay tuned. Please don't forget to follow me on my YouTube channel. It's Millennial and Menopause as well. You can check me out on my website, millennialandmenopause.com. Have a great night, everybody. Deuces.